La velada trajo consigo revelaciones impactantes durante la última edición de Bruce's Big Call. El programa, conocido por compartir información tras bambalinas sobre el panorama económico y geopolítico, abordó temas que abarcan desde el lanzamiento de tecnologías médicas avanzadas hasta históricas negociaciones de paz y los próximos pasos de la República Restaurada. Medbeds. Una nueva era en la atención médica según Bruce. Ya existen aproximadamente 600 centros Medbed en Estados Unidos, cada uno equipado con 2 unidades. Además, se están modernizando 500 hospitales con esta tecnología. Se espera que cada uno cuente con 2 a 4 Medbeds. Se espera que el público general tenga acceso a estas terapias revolucionarias a partir de enero de 2026. Inicialmente, los titulares de SIM y las personas necesitadas tendrán prioridad. Cada participante también puede nominar hasta 6 personas para el tratamiento, quienes serán evaluadas y contactadas por los centros. Un detalle interesante es que se les podría solicitar a los usuarios que firmen un acuerdo de confidencialidad, NDA, acuerdo de confidencialidad, durante el procedimiento, lo que refuerza la naturaleza confidencial de esta tecnología. Fondos cuánticos IR. Bruce destacó que los fondos Doge, los pagos de RR y los dividendos arancelarios ya se han procesado y depositado en cuentas cuánticas, lo que confirma un progreso concreto en la transición financiera. Negociaciones de paz. Otro punto clave fue la actividad diplomática. El presidente Trump y Benjamin Netanyahu discutieron un acuerdo de paz de 20 puntos entre Israel y Hamás, con el apoyo de los países de Oriente Medio. Se espera que pronto se alcance un entendimiento entre Rusia y Ucrania, lo que allana el camino para las notificaciones y el progreso en el proceso de canje. Grupo Militar Global. Se mencionó el papel del GMA, Grupo Militar Global, compuesto por 184 generales de diferentes países, incluidos 18 estadounidenses. Este grupo es responsable de autorizar la llamada Luz Roja, que inicia oficialmente las operaciones de canje y canje. La República Restaurada y el EBS, según fuentes, tras la transición, el sistema bancario tradicional será reemplazado por la República Restaurada de los Estados Unidos. La nueva moneda USN, alineada con el QFS, entrará en vigor. El EBS, Sistema de Transmisión de Emergencia, podría activarse entre el 3 y el 6 de octubre, sirviendo como cobertura para los procedimientos de cambio en los centros de canje. Limpieza de la ciudad. Trump también confirmó la limpieza completa de Washington, D.C. en 14 días, con la evacuación de aproximadamente 1.500 personas. Otras ciudades como Nueva York, Chicago, Detroit y Portland se encuentran en etapas avanzadas de purificación, como parte de un proceso nacional. El tono de la llamada fue de entusiasmo y expectativa. Bruce señaló que los próximos días podrían ser decisivos para el inicio de las notificaciones y la activación práctica del Sistema Financiero Cuántico. Y como siempre, concluimos con un recordatorio. Esta es información compartida por terceros. Nuestro trabajo es destacar lo más destacado, pero te invitamos a seguir la noticia completa, directamente desde la fuente.
Thank you, Bob. Appreciate that. Okay, let's get into the intel tonight. First of all, I want to address a situation I learned about yesterday about a medbed update. Now, this is regarding the number of medbeds that we already have in the United States, approximately 29,000, I believe it was 29,600 medbed centers throughout the United States. And each medbed center has 2 medbeds in each one. Okay, so that's a lot of medbeds right there already across this country. Now, this is something that I found very interesting. There are 23,500 hospitals that are being retrofitted for medbeds across the United States. I'm talking the U.S. 23,500 hospitals will have medbeds for use by the public starting around January 1st. They're retrofitting these hospitals to have medbed centers in them, and each hospital will have either 2 or 4 med beds in each hospital. Half of the hospitals will have 2 med beds. The other half of the 23,500 hospitals will have 4 med beds in each one. So they're going to be set up. This is to take place between now and the end of the year, with the public being able to get started around the 1st of January, 2026. The ones that are there now already in medbed centers are there for us. They're there for us, especially those who are ZIM holders and those that are in dire need, get first access. And then remember, each of you will be able to refer 6 people that you know that should be in dire need. Whether they're ZIM holders or not, doesn't matter, but it'd be nice if they were. And if they're not, that's okay too. You can refer those, and you tell them that, or you have it typed out already on a list printed out that you can hand them when you go in to the MedBed Center for your appointment. Because that's when they want to know who you would refer. And so that way they vet these people a little bit by knowing you first, and then your people that you want to have come in. They can be family members, they can be other people that you know from work or from your neighborhood or whatever. This doesn't matter. It's just a matter of they're going to vet these people out. You're going to put a name and a phone number. If you have an address, fine. Email, fine. It's not necessary. But they are going to contact these people to let them know, hey, we can set up an appointment for you to come in for the med bed. My understanding is we will be under an NDA for a certain period of time when we come out of the med beds. We might even have to sign that before we even go in there. I'm sure we would. If we can see to write, they might let me sign mine after I can see. But that's a nice little bit of information that we just got yesterday. Okay, what else is going on? All right, we did get some confirmation that the Doge money, the R&R money, and the tariff dividends have been placed in our, what I'm calling our quantum accounts, and that's already been processed for us. And that was to have been done Saturday, Sunday, and yesterday, actually, to get those in the proper hoppers. The military uses the term hoppers, putting those funds in the hopper. And that's what we got confirmed today. President Trump had Bibi Netanyahu in again, the White House today, or yesterday, I guess it was, talking about getting a peace deal going between Israel and Hamas. And everybody in that Middle Eastern region has signed off on that 20-point peace deal. And Hamas needs to come to the party and capitulate and agree to it, or else there'll be some serious consequences that they'll face from Israel. And it won't be pleasant. So it's kind of like Netanyahu said yesterday. He said, we can do this the easy way, or we can do it the hard way. He said, I'd rather do it the easy way, which means sign, and for once in your life, be a person of your word. Let the fact that you signed a peace agreement make it count for something. Make it real. Okay, because everybody else in the Middle East is in favor of this. All right, so that we got that point made. I believe we're going to have peace between Israel and Hamas, and also Russia and Ukraine. I know they're going to work that out. I don't know if it's done, or if it's getting done, but I believe it's something that is happening really now. And I hope it is now. Now, the timing for this, we heard, was that we would get started. We'd get our notifications when they had a peace accord between Russia, Ukraine, and Israel and Hamas. And I think there's probably truth to that. Now, there is a group called GMA, Global Military Alliance. GMA, Global Military Alliance, made up of 184 generals from around the world, 18 of which are U.S. generals. And Pete Hegseth, and I'm not sure who the other one is in charge of this alliance, this Global Military Alliance. Okay, so that group determining when we get the green light to get started, to go. Now, I don't know if all 184 have to agree, but I know our 18 generals probably have to have a consensus and agree before we get the green light to go. All right, so now let's talk about where we're hearing we are in this process. We have heard from several sources, including redemption center leaders, including people that are over 7 or 8 redemption centers, that we have, in their opinion, that we're going to receive our 800 numbers either Wednesday or Thursday of this week. Tomorrow is Wednesday, the 1st of October. Thursday is the 2nd. And we're hearing that because the government is to shut down without a continuing resolution, if that is the status at this hour, at midnight tonight, our government, Eastern Daylight Time, would shut down. And we're also hearing that at 1 a.m. in the morning tomorrow, an hour later, that the restored Republic of the United States of America would come back up online. That means with the restored Republic, we get the new aspect of our government. We get so much tied in with that through NASARA. We get a new currency, the USN. We get a lot of things that are moving forward. We could get an EBS, Emergency Broadcast System, programming that might come up. I'm hearing dates of somewhere around the 3rd through the 6th, which would be Friday through Sunday, or Monday, I think it would be, Friday through Monday, this weekend. So we'll have to see if that happens. And if that happens, guess what that could be? That could be cover for us. Going for our exchanges, having set our appointments, and going to the redemption centers to exchange currency, to activate our quantum accounts with our quantum card, to redeem our ZIM, and to make our 3 to 5 minute presentation on our humanitarian projects, and then take it from there. So, we have possibility of tomorrow or Thursday. My gut is going to be Thursday. That's when we would get notified. Maybe tomorrow, but I'm going to say Thursday is looking good to get notified and then set appointments and get started, maybe over the weekend. And it seems like that would make sense, especially if the EBS is kicking off. Now, a lot of the cities, as you guys know, across the country are getting help in cleanup. And the cleanup is ongoing and will probably still be ongoing. But they're in a position where they have a lot that they have done, and we don't usually hear about specific cities until they're complete, until they've been completely cleaned up. Like President Trump said, it took 14 days, probably a little bit less, but 14 days total for Washington, D.C. to be cleaned up, with about 1,400, 1,500 people removed. I'm sure there's a lot to that. I think Baltimore was looking for help, I believe. New York is, I think, almost done. I think Chicago has been at least, if not completely done, mostly done. And Detroit is good. There are a lot of cities. Obviously, you've heard about Portland. They're in there. I don't know where we stand on Seattle, but they're making their runs all the way through the country. We're going to get this done until they're completely done. And I think that's wonderful. So I'm excited about where we stand, and I think this is a great time